And I just don't see the prescience. I don't see the wisdom in that. Maybe it's that, there's only 10% of the fish left anyway, so it's not really going to hurt that many fish. And when you and that's a sick joke. So when all this crap starts coming out of people's faucets and you can catch their water on fire and everything, and people are dying and people are sick because of fracking, then if the solution is that let's do it on the bottom of the ocean, because no one will be bothered by it. They won't see it.
Because getting back to my dad, he's 91, like I said, and he said to me, I was doing this little family video. I wanted him to talk about what he thought was the biggest problem on the planet, blah, blah, blah. And he was addressing this. He said in his lifetime, he has seen such a disaster for the planet. He goes, I hope to hell for future generations somebody gets I don't know who it's going to be, gets a grasp on this.
It's going to be you and it's going to be me. It's going to be people who are aware of what's going on, that actually talk about it, that use the voice that they have to make people aware that there is something that they can do, and there is really a lot of things that can be done.
What do you do about a country like China or India that doesn't give a shit?
Here's what you do about those countries. First of all, you don't focus on the negative. I believe you focus on the positive. So, and you focus on realizing how much love you still have for the planet and how much you can still enjoy things, and don't be too angry about it, but realize that if the United States of America is the leader of the free world, why is it that we are saying that we can maybe have 2% solar energy by 2020, and Germany has 50% renewable energy right now?
So why is that?
The same sun and the same crops.
Why is that?
It's because of leadership in this country, but even more than that, it's because of corporate control of democracy. Corporate control of democracy through things like the Citizens United Act, which we just voted down. We had a majority saying we didn't like Citizens United, yet it's still there because the majority wasn't big enough. So in America, it's hard to make a change against the corporate powers that are in control of us. They are in control of all of the politicians. Everybody that we elect, they're all tainted. Why do we have Hillary Clinton, when she was Secretary of State, going to Europe to convince the little European countries, don't get your oil from Russia, don't do oil, we give you this fracking technology and it's really great, and you can frack and you can get the oil and your energy right out of the land. The thing is that this is what's going on. These are our Democrats, okay? These are the people that are basically supposed to be the savior. If you don't like Republicans, you only have Democrats. So, and Democrats are, one of our leader of the free world just opened up the Gulf of Mexico to fracking, like the Gulf of Mexico didn't need a break.
Is there a politician or group of politicians that you actually like, that you feel are kindred spirits with you?
None of them are empowered by the system that is here now to do anything other than take money from corporations and be controlled. I don't know one politician that isn't controlled to some degree by the amount of donations from corporations. That's who paid for their campaigns. All these laws are wrong, and they made it legal for corporations to be people.
Right.
Corporations aren't people.
And every candidate says they're going to change that.
Well, that's what they do. Yeah, of course they say that. Isn't that what Barack Obama said?
Yes.
Change and hope and all of that. And he's fracking the Gulf of Mexico. Hello, Barack, wake up, buddy.
And also, they were going to change the campaign laws and the amount of donations.
They always change the campaign laws, but not that much.
John McCain really wanted to change that. John McCain was against a lot of stuff that I'm against. Right. And it's funny, you find strange bedfellows. He's also a huge hawk. So there's the things that we don't know. We can do little things to fight climate change, and yet our Army and our armed forces are the biggest CO2 providers into the world. It's amazing, and yet we're fighting ISIS.
What do you think? What do you think about
Al Qaeda? And we're fighting these wars against these organizations, and their carbon footprint has got to be like 1% of our huge army and our navy and all of this stuff that we have with all our big machines, and we're doing more damage to the earth with our wars than and you try to find out. Hey, freedom. No, freedom. You don't get it. You can't find out what that carbon footprint is of the military. It's not available for us.
Are you upset about what's going on in the Middle East? I mean, of course you're upset about everyone.
I don't like war, and I think it's all about energy. And in the end, it's all about energy. That's what it's about, and it's going to be about water.
We're over there because there's so much oil that there's a lot of hot spots in the world.
We ought to just start getting smart and use what we have. Renewable energy. There's energy from the sun. Hello, it's right there. You go outside, if you don't wear a hat, you can burn a hole in your head. Is something there? Let's use it. I mean, once you set up these huge arrays in the desert and everything to capture solar and start using our plants, and not to take away food, but cellulosic ethanol and cellulosic biofuels that actually are from the waste of making food. There can be fuel. All this stuff can charge electricity. That can do all kinds of things, that charge batteries, whatever, to make cars go without using fossil fuel. I drove my car all the way across from San Francisco to Fort McMurray, Alberta, to New York City without using any gasoline.
So you had it converted?
I rebuilt it. Yeah, I built it, and I screwed it up and burned it to the ground and built it again.
So it can be done. It can be done,
absolutely. It's a 6,300-pound car. It's a Lincoln Continental 59, the heaviest and longest, craziest car you ever saw. I drove it across the country without any gasoline, and that can be done. Remember, America, like Germany is 50% renewable today. It can be done with leadership. We don't have the leadership we need, and it's very disappointing. That
so what do you do? What do you do?
All working for corporations.
By the way, speaking about corporations, is that why you've never ever taken one of your songs and allowed it to be used in a commercial, right? And you kind of have a lot of disdain for artists who do that. True?
Well, it's a free world. They should do what they want to do. People have got to make money. They got to use the capitalist system. It's okay. I would say if you're gonna sponsor something or be sponsored by something, try to make it something good. If some organic company came along that was making, suppose a clothing company that made only clothes out of organic cotton. Like the T-shirt that, not this one, because this isn't, this is organic cotton, but maybe another T-shirt someone's wearing in the room. The cotton in the T-shirts, the cotton in America is responsible for 75% of the pesticides used in America. Just for cotton. Only for cotton. And yet and then when it's finished being grown, it goes into the water, and it goes into the water table, and it run off into the Mississippi River and all these rivers that feed it, and then all these chemicals they kill everything. I mean, they're no good. So it's bad stuff. And then the farmers have trouble. The suicide rate among farmers worldwide in cotton fields is the highest.
Is that
and especially these countries in Africa that are growing cotton. It's a terrible thing, and cotton it's something we come to rely on, but the corporations control everything, how you make the cotton, where you get the seeds to grow the cotton, where everything comes from. Monsanto, all these big corporations, they have all the seeds. They sell our farmers the seeds, and if our farmers can't even get their seeds anymore, they can't have their own seeds.
And by the way,